Hello everyone and welcome to what is hopefully another wonderful time in SnowRunner Hard Mode. You're joining me today in the White Western Star. I know that we ended the last episode in the Fleet Star, but to save you all enjoying a loading screen immediately, I just jumped across into this. And today it is time, finally, for cement for the region. And the first thing that I need to do is go and switch the back on this, because I can't attach a trailer to this. I know at the end of last episode I said I was planning to, but while I was editing I remembered that you can't. I'm just going to double check that now in case anything's dramatically changed. Please install appropriate saddle. Yeah, there you go. So, White Western Star, you can't have this sideboard bed installed whilst pulling one of those little 2-slot trailers. So my plan for the quarry is to go and get one of the big blue, whatever they're called, semi-trailers, and tackle it that way, hopefully. Now the alternate is use the Fleet Star, but we know that's a little bit of a weaker truck, so we'll stick with the white. Oh Jesus, you can tell I ain't done this for a little while. We will stick with the White Western Star. I'm talking about a little. Oh bloody hell! Is the light okay? Yes. Talking about a little while. Essentially, it's been a little while since I've played SnowRunner. Once again, it's been about 2 weeks plus since I last recorded the last episode and last played this. If you've been watching kind of the videos as they come out, first of all, massive thank you. Secondly, September was just really busy for me, between a family holiday and work and just doing other things. I didn't have as much time as I'd normally have to record, so that's why there's been a few less uploads from me recently. But all being well, I'll be back to the usual kind of once weekly upload now for a little while at least. In theory, you know, I say that and I've got no idea what might actually pan out over the next couple of weeks. I don't think I'm mega busy compared to September, but you never know. You never know. So all in all, that's my usual excuse to explain why I'm probably going to be crap at the game again. Oh, I'm still in high range. I was like, Jesus, this seems to be struggling. Where's my speed that I want to pick up? But I was still in the high range gear, so that'll be why. A little nervous about this one, because I hate the quarry. It's just a pain in the arse. And I've got a feeling that when I did this mission on normal mode, that whatever I was using to drag things out of the quarry sort of ran out of energy and couldn't get up the hill. So excuse the delay where I have some coffee there. What we want to do, frame add-ons. So we want to switch to the saddle low. Beautiful. Do we have a spare tyre? Yeah, we've actually installed it on this. Good. Oh yeah, I remember now. We actually did a big old upgrade on the White Western Star. A couple of episodes ago, was it? I'm not sure. But what we want now is that big blue trailer. And hopefully we're going to be able to cope in the quarry with this thing. I say if we want to go smaller, we have to use the Fleet Star. Or use the White Western Star and do 4 trips, which I'm not sure if I'm up for that. I'd rather just do 2. or we have to buy a trailer that fits onto the high saddle with the Pacific. I'm not spending money on a trailer for one mission. Or other option would be to put the whatever it's called in there, the big 4-slot thing, the Twinster, that's it. God, I've forgotten everything. Thank you to those of you who do watch this and do enjoy it, because I'm really not very good at this. So I'm glad that there's some of you that are clearly entertained by it. Oh, Christ on a bike. I don't know what that was. I think that was one of those wonderful cases where there's like a pothole or something. And you just whack your suspension on it. I once sheared the suspension on my car. I can't remember exactly how I did it. I was either driving down a curb or just turning left out of a driveway. And there was this almighty kind of weird metallic bang. And one of the suspension coils sheared. It was a pretty knackered old car. And yeah, one of the suspensions had just worn out and decided to give me a fright. Oh shit, I've passed the GMC. I meant to fuel up, but I was too busy chatting. For a second I was worried I'd passed the quarry entrance. I'm hoping that all these little bangs and scrapes aren't setting out the tone for this episode. Like they're not a precursor of things to come, I hope. As usual, we'll do our little route round here through the trees to dodge the weird dip. And then we're just going to gently drive our way around the smooth route into the quarry. I actually sheared 2 suspension coils on that old car. Another one went a separate time, but I don't remember that one going. I only remember the first time that I did it. So I think my plan with this trailer is to manually load as much as I can whilst keeping it attached, and then auto load the rest, because what I don't want to be doing is releasing this trailer down here. We've seen in previous episodes how really bouncy and jumpy these big blue ones get. And I don't want to be dealing with that at the bottom of the quarry. So, yes, we'll spend a few pennies to do that, but it might be one of those costs that's worth it in terms of saving ourselves some pain and trauma if the trailer flips over. Especially if it's as we're attaching and it flips with us attached. I really don't want to be dealing with that. Okay, so we can't actually manually load it anyway. That's interesting. I think I just heard a massive bang in possibly my kitchen, or the kitchen in the flat below. Don't know what that was. Where was I? Yeah, I think that this was a mission that was added to the game post-release, which might be why there isn't a manual thing. Sorry, I'm just trying to talk and turn this thing round at the same time, which is clearly not going too well. I don't know how to deal with it, for God's sake. I cannot turn trailers for the life of me. But I want to try and turn it while it's empty rather than when it's full of cement. I was going to say concrete. No, that's not too bad. Sort of did a reasonable job there, apart from just whacking myself. Yeah, I don't know whether I'll finish that train of thought again, but I think these missions were added to the game post-release, which is why there isn't a 1, 2, 4. Why there isn't a manual loading zone for it. And it'd be kind of cool, I think. I actually read someone's thoughts about this the other day. It'd be cool to see some more missions added to SnowRunner for these kind of older regions. Because essentially, like, they don't, you know, I'm speaking as if I know anything about game development here, but they don't need to add in any new kind of environments or new features within the maps. They can just create some loading zones like they've done with that. Right, what am I stuck on? This is what I hate about this mission. It looks like it's that big rock. The one that's just by my back tyres now. There's a few rocks there. Causing a nightmare, it seems. Same one. Yeah. I keep getting stuck on it and I've got no way to easily get around it, I think. Because I haven't got the control. I'm just going to have to keep whacking it. bopped it slightly with the truck itself. Oh no, that's not the way I want to go at all. I think there's a quote somewhere about insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and just hoping for a different result. And that's what I'm feeling right now. I feel like I don't have the control to be able to navigate the trailer around things. I'm diving into photo mode. It's this. This is my issue. This little bloody rocks here. If I go too far to the left, I'll lose my actual traction on the White Western Star itself. I don't know how to do this, everyone. But coming really far back. And now seeing if we can take a different angle. I seem to be stuck totally now. Bloody hell. Yeah, that was the trailer getting stuck on the rocks here. Power. Ooh, right, wonderful. Just got to power my way out. I've just got to check and make sure that I go the right way. So we want to go this way on the little join. So I feel like I'm not as talkative today, but I'm concentrating quite a lot doing this. And as you saw a minute ago, if I try and talk about things whilst doing it, it sort of just doesn't work anyway. I've got more stones here. Now this is the bit where I remember getting properly stuck the first time I tried this mission. And there you go. Almost right on cue. Yes, got through that time. I don't know if I had diff lock on the first time, which probably didn't help. If I didn't have it on, that is. Okay, well, we're sort of out. And what I want to do, stop here for a minute and check the map. Yeah, because we're in the right place. So what I want to do is grab the twin steer. And to be honest, I don't know where that is right now. Because my plan is to bring the twin steer down. We'll swap the cargo onto the twin steer, and that will be able to potter on through this way to take the cement to Island Lake and Drummond Island. And then we'll head back down into the quarry and get 2 sets ready for Black River and the warehouse in Smithville. But I've got to find the twin steer. I've got a feeling it might be in the warehouse. But what I think I'm actually going to do before that is actually get this fully to the road. Because I need to go that way anyway to get some more fuel. And I think maybe doing the transfer of goods on the road might be slightly safer than trying to do it on the wonky dirt roads. So let's get it there first. I think this contract's going to be a good 2-parter episode at least. Don't tell me I'm going to bottom out here or not make it up. This was my fear. That's a tree that's going to come down. So I need to be really careful. It's not what I wanted to do. I'm trying to get myself close enough to be able to latch onto the big tree nearest the road. Which I think I should be able to now, yes. The only issue, of course, is that there's a highway barrier there. battling with the SnowRunner camera to make sense of all this. There we go. Wow. So we know how to do that next time as well. Let's leave that there. We did turn the engine off, didn't we? Yeah. Let's head to... not Black River. That was a mistake. Pressed the wrong button there. Oh, that's a Kodiak though. Let's go to the garage in Smithville. And that is what we want. So, it's been a little while, so let's just see if we can... Nope. So I'm going to put the low range, or the off-road gearbox in this. I'm not going to sell the balance gearbox because it doesn't make sense. Suspension fine. Tyres. What we're on at the moment, we're on all-terrain. So we could put mud tyres on this. I don't know how much I'm going to use it though. Off-road good, off-road good. I think I'm going to... oh, I don't know. It seemed to do okay in Island Lake on the tyres that it was on. So let's leave those for now. Got stock heavy. Diff lock. It's engageable. We can't put engageable all-wheel drive on yet. And it's got a stock air filter, which is fine. Alright, can we put any more lights on? So that's its current. That gives us 3 nice big lights or 4 small ones. Rooftop. Let's put the fog lights on. Ooh, roof fog lights or beacons and fog lights. Let's go with roof fog lights. Because it's already got some beacons. And let's go for this with the 3 big lights on. Sell the heavy duty bumper. And let's play with the colour. I think that's what we got. And no, you know what, we'll leave it as is for now. Oh, so much light. Yeah, so we've got to drive through a swamp. So I don't know whether not putting those mud tyres on is a bad choice. But I just don't know at the moment whether I'm going to use it after Michigan. And I think the swamp that we're going through has a lot of power poles, telephone poles, whatever they are. They're power poles, not telephone poles. I need to stop thinking of them that, because I don't think that's the thing. But yeah, it's got lots of things to winch onto to help us through. So hopefully we'll be okay. I'm going to slow down in case that pebble gets us here again. No idea what it was. You can't see anything on the road, I don't think. And slow down for this turn, which often gets me. Oh, there you go. It got me again. I thought I'd cleared it then. Clearly not. So let's grab ourselves some fuel. Ooh. Not much left. Oh. I took it from the GMC, not the actual fuel tank. Even so, not a huge amount left in there. But we have got a lot of fuel elsewhere in the region. I can't remember if we've still got a bunch in Black River. Guess we'll find out when we eventually go back there. Oh, Jesus, those cones are harsh and unfair. Let's see what we can do with the crane in the White Western Star. We need to unpack the cargo first, though, of course. I think I can probably grab 2 whilst I'm still attached. Let's put the crane out. Okay, I thought it was going to come out the other side and possibly fling the cargo all over the place. But we're good. We are good. Cool. I'm going to get this to at least the bottom of the slope, I think, before I dive into the White Western Star. because this is the way that we want to go down. I just want to make sure that I'm down on the flat before I potentially take the crane off elsewhere. Just in case this tips over. So we've got 3 low range gears with our diff lock now. So that's going to help us keep moving. When we do get to those swampy areas. Oh my god. Take it slow, take it slow. Really started to run away with us a bit then. And this is again where the low range helps, so I'm quite happy that I put on that gearbox. So I think that was certainly money well spent. So that was a moment of me trying to figure out where the path goes. I'll tell you what, I think we'll take this to Island Lake. We'll see how we get on with the swamps. It's a good start. So you know those mud tires that I didn't buy. I don't know whether diff lock's actually helping us all there. It might be. Might be, but it's a little hard to tell. Risk of becoming disorientated here, so that's where I want to go. I thought I could potentially make it without putting any of these in, and I might have done. I was thinking that I needed to aim right of whatever this fallen thing is. Fallen pole by the looks of it. So again, we're quite lucky that there's lots of things to winch onto. Yeah, the low plus diff lock is handy because it keeps us moving at a reasonable pace with a reasonable bit of power. ground out a bit there. So let's pop this onto there. It's always a bit tricky, kind of beaching out of this swamp. Quite often end up digging into the mud rather than kind of riding over the top of it. I think we're okay. So yeah, mud tyres would have probably helped quite a lot with that, but I believe we are over the worst of it. I hope. I've really got my finger really pushed down on this to power on through. Bit of tarmac. Lovely bit of tarmac. Cool. I think I'm just going to keep going with this, really. Instead of diving back into the White Western Star and heading into the quarry again, I'll plough on forwards. I'm going to risk it. Famous last words. I'm going to risk it and take the route with the two bridges. But obviously we are going to refuel here. There's the Fleet Star that I abandoned just before the episode began. And I think it's time to probably grab some photos for the thumbnail whilst we're in this lovely morning fog, so expect the odd jump cut in the next few moments. Of course we have got the horrible bit here. I don't think it's as rough on the twin steer though. I said that too soon, didn't I? Let's just anchor onto that. I really spoke too soon. reverse into the swamp to get a bit better lineup on the bridge. Yank him from the back with a winch. Cool, there we go. That's the first one done. As usual, grab a bit of fuel from this. Didn't actually use a whole lot. The twin steer is relatively fuel efficient, I think. The daftest trailer going again. I can't remember what I said, but I tried to rescue that on normal mode to use it for something. It was just a nightmare. Because of not only its orientation, like the attachment point's in a really awkward place because it's facing down the hill into kind of like a somewhat enclosed space. Then you couple that with the fact it's one of those blue trailers that likes to bounce around and be a nightmare when you try and connect to them. I think I managed to shove a vehicle in there, line it up, hit the attach trailer button, and then yeah, the trailer just went flying, just fell over. It bounced around obviously, and it was on that slope and straight into the bushes, on its arse. The metal beams that were in there just came out, and that was the end of that. I tried to drag it around, but I just couldn't pick it up either, so not worth it. Not worth it at all. Oh, shit. That was me not really paying attention, but also not necessarily seeing the tree that was on the road. So that was a nice treat for us. Bit of damage and a bit of a bounce and a bit of a fright. a bit of a scare that things might go wrong. But we're okay. We are okay. Drummond Island. So we've got to do the usual weird reverse because of where the tunnel dumps you. And this is going to be another one of those tests of whether we should have got the mud tyres. And considering the amount of mud there is here, probably yes. I mean, I've ploughed straight into a big muddy puddle. But, like an island lake, there's a lot for us to winch onto. I can only do that with the middle to get myself going a bit more. I don't know whether bouncing over these rocks is going to be a good idea, but it might be easier than trying to get around that turn. I could have probably just ploughed straight ahead actually and gone to the right. So close. There we go. Cool. So this is about to be 4 out of 8 dropped off, or 2 out of 4 locations. Wonderful. So it's just Black River and Smithville Dam left to do, which I'm going to do next time. I think that's enough for one episode, so next time we'll be diving back into that quarry, getting another 4 cement, and then bringing it up to drop off into Black River and Smithville Dam. So thank you all of you who've stuck with the episode. Keep watching all the stuff, liking, commenting, subscribing, all the usual YouTube goodness. And I'll see you in the next one. So thank you, goodbye, and enjoy the rest of your day.